For 12 and 13, the instructions tell you to put this in vertex form and state the vertex. We do that by completing the square, which, remember, the little key that we got to remember for completing the square is b over 2 squared. We're going to take our b value, divide it by 2, and square it. So in this case, our b value is 18. So if I take 18 divided by 2, I get 9. 9 squared is 81. So here we go. Let's rewrite this. I got x squared plus 18x plus 81 plus 100 equals y. Now I'm also going to put 81 over here, because remember, what if you do to one side, you got to do to the other. We got to keep this whole thing balanced. And then from here, I'm going to factor this piece right there. So here we go. If I factor that, we get down to two things that multiply to 81 but also add to 18 are x plus 9 and x plus 9. 9 times 9 is 81, 9 plus 9 is 18, and at the same time I'm going to go ahead and move the 81 over, so 100 minus 81 is 19. The last thing we got to do is, since we got the same binomial multiplied by itself, so x plus 9 plus x plus times x plus 9, we can write it as x plus 9 squared, and then bring everything else down. Plus 19 equals y. So that is in vertex form. And the nice thing about vertex form is we can very quickly state the vertex. So in this case, the vertex is negative 9, 19. And it's negative because, remember, with your transformations, everything inside the parentheses is backwards. It has to do with x, and it's backwards. Everything outside the parentheses is y and normal. Number 13 is exactly the same way. Just in this case, I'm going to start off by dividing everything by 4. Why, you say? Because it makes life so much easier. Actually, no, I'm not. Because I don't want to deal with a 1/4 y. That's why. If I divide everything by 4, I have to divide y by 4, and I get a 1/4 in front of it. So I take that back. I'm not going to do. What I am going to do is this. I'm going to divide these first two by 4. And the way I'm going to put that out front. Since I'm only dividing part of it by 4, put it outside the parentheses. So I got 4 x squared plus 2x. And then I got everything else. Plus 12 equals y. Okay? And the reason we do that is it's very difficult to complete the square if there's a number in front of your x squared. I mean, it's doable, but it is a massive pain in the keister. So now, again, remember your little key is b over 2 squared. So we take the b value, which in this case is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I'm going to add it to both sides. So here we go, 4 x squared plus 2x plus 1. Remember, 2 divided by 2 and squared is 1. Plus 12 equals y. Now normally I would put a 1 over here, but this time I'm going to put a 4. The reason I'm putting a 4 over here is because in this case I know I'm writing a 1 right there, but this isn't just a 1. Remember, everything in the parentheses is being multiplied by that 4 out front. So I'm not just adding a 1, I'm adding a 1 times the 4. It looks like a 1, but it's really a 4. So I have to add a 4 to the right in order to balance it out. All right? And then from here I factor it just like I did last time. Everything else is the same. I drag down my 4. Two things that multiply to 1 but add to 2 are x plus 1 and x plus 1 plus 12 plus 12 equals y plus 4. All right? And then I'll drag the 4 over and combine the two binomials together. So 4 x plus 1 quantity squared. Subtract the 4 over, this becomes an 8 equals y. All right? And now that is vertex form right there. That is your vertex form of your quadratic. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. 2 fingers to move it. So this case, your vertex is at the coordinates -1, 8. Because remember, everything inside the parentheses is normal. Everything inside the parentheses is x and backwards. Everything outside the parentheses is y and normal.